Today, we're taking a quick look at the top 5 stocks trending on MarketBeat.com. We're discussing Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Tesla, Meta, and Microsoft. This is going to be a good one. Let's get started. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going to take a look at the top 5 stocks that are currently trending on MarketBeat.com. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today. Chris, let's start with you. Apple was down last week, and this is one of the most widely owned stocks. When it moves the entire market, as we see. And I know you've been bullish on this stock in the past, so I want to know, where do you stand now?
Well, if you own the stock, it's a hold. If you wanted to buy last week, nibble at it when it was in the 170s last week, that was great. Today, it's up around 180, and I don't think you're going to want to go chasing it much higher. The thing here is that I'm talking about the valuation right now. Apple's richly valued. It's like a first-round draft pick in sports. It's not Apple's fault. That's just how it is. It's going to be worth whatever people are willing to pay for it. But right now, I'm not necessarily sure that that's going to be a great value. What I am talking about is valuation. What I'm not talking about is the iPhone sales. I think that's a lot to do about nothing. Once people are in the Apple ecosystem, they tend to stay there. I'm sure you can hear examples anecdotally about people that switch, but I'm not seeing that on a mass scale. Apple, it's a valuation question more than anything else.
Thomas, another stock that is seemingly always on the trending stock list is Meta. Probably there's some people watching that love, some that don't. But give us the news. You have a minute starting now.
All right. So Meta to me is kind of an underdog story. If you remember a year or two ago, they were struggling with user growth and ad growth and consumer confidence. Since then, they came out swinging and really KO'd the naysayers, though. Started with the year of efficiency. They got the analysts back involved with the market. Since then, they've cut costs. They've improved margins. They've seen user growth return. They've seen ad metrics improve significantly. It launched a new project, Threads, and the analysts are loving it. I think all else aside right now, it's the analysts that are driving this stock higher. It's seen a steady series of price target increases, new coverage, and upgrades since the spring. The next catalyst will be the Q3 earnings. I think that the stock is definitely a buy, but the risk I see right now is that because there's so much expectation, we could see an Oracle-like event where the stock sells off significantly before it continues higher. So I'm going to say buy, but it's a risky buy, and you might want to wait for the next dip.
All right, from one widely owned stock to another, Chris, what are your thoughts on Tesla?
Okay, in a minute. Buy on every dip. There, is that good enough? Here's the thing. Tesla is richly valued if you're looking at it as a car company. However, having said that, Tesla is the leader in electric vehicles, and it's not the leader by just a little bit. It's a leader by a mile. EVs only make up about 10% of the vehicles on the roads today. So Tesla's got a lot more market share, can capitalize. But as Thomas and I have talked about before, Tesla's not just a car company. There's elements of the tech stock. There's elements of the energy stock. That makes it tough to value properly. It doesn't, it's not as held widely by the institutions as Apple. I think it's like 40% compared to Apple, like 51. But the institutions like to get in there and do their little thing so they can manipulate the stock a little bit. You have to have some conviction on it. Tesla bulls don't seem to have any problem with that. Again, buy on every dip.
Thomas, next up is Microsoft. Just a guess here, but AI is involved here, right? Tell us what you know.
Right. So Microsoft is another great story in tech. This is a blue chip tech company that's been shifting its focus from old school traditional tech to the modern new school tech, which is the cloud and AI. Not only is Microsoft working to advance the AI industry, but it's also working to embed AI across its own infrastructure. Platforms and services are being rolled out pretty regularly. The company has a clear path forward and is planning to ramp spending over the next 4 to 5 quarters. And I think that's really where the opportunity is. So the long-term opportunity is not so much the ramp in spending now, but how that ramp in spending will start bearing fruit over the next year or so. The analysts also like Microsoft. They see it moving higher. It's one of our top-rated stocks on the platform, on MarketBeat platform. I think it's definitely a buy, but I have the same reservations as I do with Meta, and that's just that with expectations so high, even with a solid report in Q3, there could be a sell-off before the stock moves higher.
All right, Chris, Johnson & Johnson is trending, and we did a video together on this way back in April, but we determined it a reliable choice for investors in an unpredictable market. Is there any update there?
Well, Lacey, this is one that I got wrong. I'll admit it. I thought that the settlement of the talc lawsuit was going to be sort of a, you take an unknown, you turn it into a known. Now investors can move forward from there. What I probably wasn't thinking about was Johnson & Johnson is, of the three stocks I've talked about, Apple, Tesla, J&J, it is the most heavily owned by institutions. And I was astonished to see there was like over 200% increase in the short interest in J&J in the last 30 days. Right now, I'd say it's a tale of two stocks. If you're a dividend investor, you're buying it simply for the dividend, it's worth a hold. If you're looking for growth, there's probably some better opportunities. I'd sell and wait for a better buying opportunity.
All right, well, this just scratched the surface of trending stocks and opportunities in the market. So don't forget to check out the resources. I've taken the time to link for you down below if you're looking for some more research. But let us know what you think about the format of this video, if you'd like to see more. And if any of these picks caught your eye, we'd love to carry the conversation on in the comments. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Your support to grow this channel means a lot to us. Thanks for joining me today, guys. We'll chat soon.